Hi guys, quick report from my race this weekend. This was actually my first 2-day stage race basically this year. On Sunday it was a short 4.5 kilometer time trial on a very fast, flat urban course. My setup didn't change too much from my regular time trial setups that I have been using before. One thing I have noticed is that I'm going to need to modify my ceramic suite pulley wheels because it turns out that it's not actually the chains that are wrong, but I think that the white part on the narrow wide pulley wheel is just too wide to function properly, and it creates some unnecessary drivetrain noise and friction, so I'll have to deal with that. Otherwise the rest of the bike worked perfectly fine and I was really happy with it. I also got a good result. I managed to win. I felt quite good, and I also managed to average a power record for me, which was 325 watts, so I'm quite satisfied with that. Then on Monday it was race day basically. It was a rolling course at only around 60 kilometers, so very short, and it created some intense and high-speed racing, and it was pretty tough. I really wanted to stay on the front of the bunch for the whole time in case an attack goes, and it did eventually, but there was also a big crash that split the bunch. I think it was due to the windy descent, pretty high speeds, and two guys collided, and yeah, it was quite nasty. I have just managed to avoid that. So in terms of the bike, I've used my Trek Madone, two new things in this race. These were the roller chainrings and the Michelin tires. The tires themselves performed flawlessly, really fast, really comfortable, really grippy, so I'm happy with these. Not really well, it's quite hard to compare with the Victorias because they are really similar in all areas, so I'm going to need definitely a lot more testing to quantify these changes. I used the 454 wheels because of the well, there were not big hills, but there were some short steep kicks, so I didn't want to go for the heavyweight 808s, and it was also quite windy, so these were my ideal choice, probably. The chainrings worked well until one point when there was a guy attacking solo, and he got away and created a small gap to the bunch, and I decided to follow him. And as I was catching up to him, it was probably my fault a bit as well, because I was going full gas up a climb and I didn't really pay attention to my front shifting. My chain slipped and it got stuck between this supposedly Trek say it's a chain catcher. Well, it's actually shit. It's just a weak plastic little thing that, well, it should be designed to avoid this happening, but I have managed to, well, the chain managed to slip past it. Basically it's really easy to bend, so not really all that surprising, I'm just bending it with one finger, so it's basically useless. So I got my chain unshifted, got it stuck, so I had to stop on the side of the road. The whole bunch overtook me and they put around 30 seconds to me when I was finally able to get going, and from then I had to chase really hard to get back on the group, but I managed to do that and I got third at the end. So not the best kind of scenario you would want in a race, but my time trial was good enough to secure the overall win for the 2 days, so at least that was pretty good. But to fix this problem, I have ordered a K-edge chain catcher now, which is machined out of some sturdy aluminum, so that should avoid using it. One minor fact on my Monda, well, the SLR model, it also had this chain catcher, but it was a bit different design, and it was a lot stiffer, and it actually works. So Madonna users, if you ride on rough surfaces, or yeah, this happens to you sometimes, of course it can drop the chaining when you are in the red, you don't really pay attention that much. So yeah, definitely a worthy upgrade. I'm really looking forward to it, because I really want to have it for my next race, which is this Sunday. Another new thing I had was my time trial skin suit from No Pins, custom made. So thanks for that. It luckily arrived just before the race. I couldn't really try it out before in training because the weather was awful, but it was supremely comfortable, really fast, and the design is pretty cool as well. I'm going to post some pictures from the race. Luckily there were some good photographers over there, so you can enjoy some content. I will be putting it on Instagram, the pictures, and also some on Strava, where you can find my power data. So if you're interested in seeing more detail and some analysis there, then don't forget to check it out. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe for more high-tech cycling content. Thanks for watching.